Ang Meniere's disease is a disease ng auditory. So, it's about hearing. 'Di ba? Sa ear disorder siya. And, ang nangyayari daw sa kanya, in layman's term, sobrang dami ng tubig, either nabablock or hindi na-absorb ng tama. First and foremost, I want you to know na merong Meniere's triad. If you don't know about that, we will list it here. Yung tinatawag na tinnitus, vertigo, and sensory neural hearing loss. Kapag ka tinnitus, ito yung ringing sa ears. Kapag ka vertigo, ito yung parang sensation na umiikot yung paligid. Kapag ka sensory neural hearing loss, actually, there are two types of hearing loss, the conductive and the sensory neural hearing loss. Kapag ka sensory neural hearing loss, ang problema na dyan is yung receptor ng sound. In short, nerves na ang problem, kaya nga sensory neural hearing loss siya. Unlike ng conductive hearing loss na pwedeng may bara, may tumor, may harang dun sa kaya hindi nakakarinig ng maayos yung tao. But here, the affected area is already the nerves. So, siya yung may problem dyan. That's the Meniere's triad, guys. Meniere's triad yan, ha? Triad. Triad ng Meniere. Wait, ay! Triad. There. I think alam nyo naman yan. Baka tanungin kaya, what is the difference between cochlear and vestibular? Kapag vestibular, imagine niyo vertigo. VV, di ba? VV, vertigo. So, pag vertigo, ang nawawala sa pasyente is balance. Kasi nahihilo sila. So, that is vestibular. Pag cochlear, hearing niya. Kasi cochlear, hearing. Ayan. And then, what else? Actually, that's it. Huwag nyo nang i-stress ng inyong self. Pathophysiology and obstruction ng endolymphatic duct. Yun lang naman yung note ko doon. Sobrang dami ng tubig, either nabablock or hindi na-absorb ng tama. Ayun. Nag-rupture. Ayan, there. There you have it. Rupture of the inner membrane, distension of the endolymphatic duct. Ayun. So, in short, may nangyayaring obstruction. Yun yung nangyayari sa kanya. Tapos, hindi siya na-absorb ng tama ng endolymph. So, merong problem sa endolymphatic duct. Yun yung ugat niya, endolymphatic duct problem or obstruction. Ayan. Ayan. Nag-i-increase din yung pressure niya sa loob ng ears. Kaya siya nasisira. Kaya guys, once the pressure is increased, there's something else that will happen. There's something bad na mangyayari kapag nag-increase ng pressure. Same goes with the ears. Kaya siya nag-lead into Meniere's disease. There. Cute nito. Ayan. The tinnitus, the vertigos, the dizziness na feel or yung note na parang nahihilo siya kasi umiikot yung paligid. And hearing loss kasi dahil nga doon. There. Basta, ang lang dyan is abnormal fluid. Hindi na-absorb ng tama ng endolymphatic duct. Endolymphatic duct kasi kapag mga lymphatics, mga lymphs, kailangan nilang mag-drain ng maayos ng fluid. Once na nagkaroon ng ganyan, tumataas yung pressure sa loob ng ear kasi nga yung fluid hindi na-drain, so nagre-result siya sa Meniere's disease. Ayun. So, may fullness sa ear. Kasi nga yung fluid, it's pulling inside. Kaya may fullness. Yun. Basta, Meniere's triad lang yan. Ayun. So, kailangan kasi siya sa diagnosis niya. Kailangan yung symptoms niya is, yun nga, kaya nga may triad yan siya. Kasi nga, there's a lot of pwede siyang maging paroxysmal positional vertigo lang, pwedeng tinnitus lang due to something else, baka may tutuli lang ganun. kaya dapat meron siyang at least 4 na clinical manifestations. But the Meniere's triad is already enough to say na this is Meniere's disease. Yung tatlong sinabi kanina. Ayun. Yung mga Weber's test, ayan. Pwedeng itanong yan sa inyo. Yung Weber's test.
By the way guys, you can avail my PNL e-reviewer plus tracker. Your review made easy for 99 pesos only, with specific chapters and exams included. All you have to do is to study. Just send a PM to avail the discounted price for my TikTok and YouTube followers. Happy studying, nurses!
Ito, electronystagmogram. Normal eye movement, diba? Kasi pag nystagmos, parang may involuntary movement ng eye. Nystagmos. This one. Nystagmos. Involuntary movement ng eye. So, electron nystagmogram, i-visualize mo yung eye movement. Yan. Kasi once na nagkakaroon ng vertigo, may ganong episode na para silang tumitirik yung mata. Ganun. May vertigo kasi ako, guys. Kanina yung nanay ko may katarata. Kaya nakarelate ako. Tapos ngayon naman, Meniere's triad, may vertigo ako. So, nakaka-relate ako dyan. It also checks the muscles. Ayan. So, tandaan nyo na lang to, electronystagmogram. Ayan. And then, low sodium siya, guys. Low sodium. Why? Sige nga, why? It's because what the sodium does is that it pulls water. Where sodium goes, water follows. Ano ba nangyayari sa Meniere's disease? Diba nga, nagkakaroon ng too much fluid build-up because the lymphatic vessels or lymphatic ducts, hindi siya nagfa-function ng maayos to drain the fluid, which normally, sa normal na tao na functioning ang kanilang ears, dapat ganun, na-drain ng maayos ng lymphatic duct yung fluid, or else it will pull up, it will build up in the ear, tapos madadamage yung nerves, magkakaroon ng sensory neural hearing loss, tapos mag-vertigo tinnitus na rin yung tao. So, low sodium yan. Yan. And avoid aspirin din. Kasi associated siya sa tinnitus. Ayun, antihistamine. This is for vertigo. I have this. And I will have this also. Tranquilizer, diazepam. So, ayun, antiemetic. Why? Kasi pag nahihilo, syempre, masusuka. Diuretics, para madrain yung fluid. Na sobra, na hindi nadadrain ng lymphatic duct. Vasodilators, para magkaroon ng good blood flow. Kasi nga, pwedeng, causing din ng pressure kapag basta yun, need na ma-dilate yung blood vessels. Tapos tranquilizer, pampatulog daw. Pampatulog itech. Endolymphatic sac procedure and vestibular nerve resection. Kinakat yung nerve na mismo. It is as a last resort. So, ganito, vestibular nerve resection. Pwede siyang gawin kung wala na talaga. Kasi, further masisira siya. And further magkakos din siya ng problem, especially with the balance. So, what happens there, kapag nawala na yan, pwedeng ma-resolve yung problem with vertigo, with tinnitus, mawawala na kasi mawawala na siya ng sense of hearing, guys. Pagkakinat na yung nerve na yan. Ang mangyayari lang dun, syempre, wala nang pandinig yung tao. So, permanent, na siya. Loss of hearing na siya. Ayun. Preventing injury kasi nahihilo nga. So, risk for fall yan. Tapos, adjusting to disability, maintaining fluid volume, relieving anxiety. This is very anxious, I had these panic attacks whenever nagkaroon ng vertigo attacks before, 3 years ago. And it was the most anxious times of my life. Like, lagi akong kinakapos ng hangin para akong mamamatay na ganun. Ganun na yung feeling niya sa akin. Sobrang sense of impending doom talaga siya. Sobra yung, pagka nagkakaroon ng vertigo. Teaching self-care. Ayun. Otitis media, basta ganito. Pagka ganito, media is nasa inside or middle. Externa, same with the cortex yan. Nasa labas yan. Then, may mga classification pala siya ng hearing loss. Pwedeng otitis externa, pwedeng otitis media. Actually, ang otitis media is also known as middle ear infection yan eh. Middle ear infection to. Huwag ko na isulat. Basta middle ear infection, other term dyan. Tapos, otitis externa is swimmer's ear naman. Yeah. Caused by, lagi pag namamaga, may causative agent dyan. Pwedeng virus or bacteria or pwedeng fungal infection, mga ganun. Pero, based on this, they are bacteria. Yan. Mga bacteria ang causative agent nila. So, ayun. I don't know if it will be asked sa inyo. Pero, ano na lang din yan. I-view nyo na lang. Pero, ayun. Antibiotics, steroids are both acetic acid, acidotic, acetazole, Burroughs, Bosol, whatever. Ayun, antibiotic. Because there's an infection, right? Merong bacterial infection kanina. Especially sa externa, may bacterial infection daw dyan. So, nakukuha siya, externa, so sa labas lang siya ng layer ng ear. So, pwede siyang caused by excessive water exposure habang nagsuswim, kaya sa labas lang siya naaapektuhan. Yun. So, pwede rin siyang about sa wax, pwede rin siyang sa cuts or abrasions. Basta sa labas na layer lang yan yung apektado niyan. Kasi yun lang yung napapasok ng tubig and ng bacteria. So, ang diagnostic procedure dyan, swab daw. Culture and sensitivity. So, swab test. Tapos, ayan. Madami siya masyado. Pero, ang pinaka-importante dyan is antibiotics and steroids or both. Acetic acidotic daw. Kasi nga, there's an infection, there's a causative agent, the bacteria. So, dapat may treat siya ng antibiotic. Wash hands, of course, to further increase the infection. Huwag ka mag-wash ng hands para mag-increase yung infection. Inflammation of the middle ear. Yeah, this is the middle ear infection. Now, what happens here is that kakaroon ng infection yung middle ear. It is the inner layer yan, middle ear na yan. So, pwede siyang acute or chronic na infection ng bacteria or virus. Pwede siya nakukuha actually sa throat colds, other respiratory problems because I had middle ear infection as well. So, yung akin naman is caused by flu ata or cold before. Kasi nga, yung eustachian tube, connected yan sa ear. Meron kasing eustachian tube na tinatawag. Tapos, connected siya sa ear and throat. Kaya, pag may infection ka sa, for example, meron kang, yung throat mo namamaga or meron kang sakit sa, for example, may sipon ka. Kahit sipon lang, pwede yung umakyat sa tenga. So, nagkakaroon ng otitis media. Ayun. Ano ba? Basta your infections are not contagious, guys. Not contagious yan. So, no necessary protective equipments na need. Ayan. Pero kapag viral infection na pag caused by a cold is contagious, 'di ba? So, contagious siya kapag yung cause niya is cold, related siya sa cold. Pero itself hindi siya contagious. Ayun, analgesics, antibiotics, of course, amoxicillin. Ayun.
By the way, nurses, if you enjoyed this video, help me launch my YouTube channel at Moni_RN2025 so I can post more and full version of lecture and Russia videos of your highly requested topics soon. Your subscription is highly appreciated, and good luck, nurses. Love, love.